Hey, in this video, we're going to go over a product called Beamer. I'm going to show you how to actually add a What's New header in your WordPress site. And when users click on it, you can give them a running log of all the updates and important announcements that you want to share. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about Beamer. Hey everybody, this is David Ferguson with TechSmart Boss here with another video. Today we're going to talk about this product called Beamer. And actually I mentioned this tool in episode 75 of the podcast recently as a great way to stay in communication with your customers. What they make it possible to do very easily on any website, you can add like a what's new header in your menu. And when you click on that, you'll see a sidebar pops up where you can have like a change log or a notification record of all the important things that you want your users to be able to see. And you'll notice they've got some pretty cool features where, you can get feedback from your users directly on that. They can click and go to that particular item on or off of your site. And this little sidebar widget is something that you can actually embed on any website or even within your product. So it's a really great tool. They also have options where you could do it as a little chat bubble as well. But I really like this header type of philosophy. Pretty decent pricing, pretty affordable, free. Can't beat that. They give you, of course, some basic things that you can do free, and then they have different levels of startup and pro. So rather than walk you through the onboarding like I normally do in these videos, very simple onboarding, I'm going to take you into how to actually set this up on your WordPress site and do something slightly different. So if you notice here, I've actually already set up a Beamer account for TechSmart Boss. I don't have anything at all. We're going to create a post from scratch. But what I'm going to do first is create a menu item on our website here called What's New, and I'm going to add that Beamer widget on there. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So I'm logged into my WordPress settings. I'm going to go in. They have a WordPress plugin, so you really can't get much easier than that. But just so you know, if I go over here to embed, if you don't use WordPress, you can still do this. I did this on one of my sites through Google Tag Manager, but you can copy and paste embed scripts and do the same thing that I'm going to do very easily with their WordPress plugin. So let's go ahead and add a new plugin. I'll go ahead and search for Beamer. Pretty unique name, at least from a WordPress directory. So you'll see the one shows here. Go ahead and install that and activate it. And it's going to add a couple things into my WordPress admin that makes it really easy for me to set this up. All right, so now what I'm going to do is add that menu item that we talked about. I'll go to menus, and I believe that it put this little beamer as an option for a menu there. You'll see a beamer trigger. Now before I can actually do that beamer trigger, I need to, oh, there it is, under settings. I went too fast the first time. So you'll notice under settings, it has beamer settings. What we've got to do is link up the WordPress to our actual account, and you do that through the product ID. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to just copy and paste this, blur it out on the video, but right here at the top of your dashboard panel here is your product ID, and that'll be something that I can come right into Beamer and paste in. Now you'll notice a lot of advanced options here. We're going to keep it simple for today, but you can kind of see that they give you the ability to hide those things on mobile, disable on the front page. I mean, you got a lot of cool things, and they're adding to this all of the time. You can completely disable it if you wanted to, if you need to turn it off quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and save this, and now I've got my product ID in there. I'm linked up to my account, so that's perfect. Now to add that menu item, let's go back into menus, and I'm going to add a Beamer trigger. This you don't have to go and edit your header file, do any of that kind of stuff. I'm just going to add a bigger. Now let me make sure I'm picking my right menu, and I am. I'm going to add to the menu, and then what I'm going to do is go into this menu here, and I'm going to change. Well, actually, it already says what's new, so that's perfect. I'm glad they did that. And I'm just going to probably move this up before my more. So I've got that in my header. Let's go ahead and save this. And I might have to clear my cache to see that, but let's go ahead and just refresh and see if I get that what's new. There it is. Look at that. And you'll see I already got the little brand new alert there. If I click on this, it's going to just give me that blank. I don't have anything there yet, but that's literally how simple it is. Now, if you notice that little one showed up on top of my EW here, that's where I can go back into those settings and they make it easy for you to adjust exactly where you want that to go. So for example, if I want that to go a little bit further to the right, I could probably put about a negative 10 pixels in here and it'll shift it over. Actually, I probably don't even have to put the negative in this, but put the 10 as an offset. But you can play around with that in terms of exactly how you want to put that. So now we're done. We're done with the WordPress piece. That is on my website now in the header. Now all we need to do is start to put some stuff to share. So I'll show you how easy that is. I'm gonna let's go to our blog and just pick out one of our blogs here. I'll pick out um, I'll pick out this one right here. I'll just copy that URL. Actually, let me copy the title. I'll go into my Beamer setup here on the home, and let's just add a new item. I mean, it's literally that simple to keep up to date. Now, when you upgrade to like their pro, you could do segmented audiences. You can embed these and set up filters on what posts will show on what websites. I mean, there's a lot of power that you can get into. Let's go ahead and put in the title. Let's go and copy. I could copy some content. I could take a snippet of it. I can put an image file. So I'm going to actually save this image, for example, to my desktop so I can pick it up quickly. But you'll notice right over here, I can click here and bring in that image file. You'll see I could bring in videos as well. So there's lots of things from that perspective that I can bring in. Let's go ahead and copy a little bit of text here. Just going to keep this one really simple. You probably wouldn't replicate the entire post like that. And then let's take a hyperlink and put that as my insert link option. And I'll just put check it out dot 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 from there. So you can kind of see here I've got the ability to enable some things. Now if you're on the free plan or that mid-tier plan, you don't get the feedback system that comes with the pro, but you can kind of see all the different power and features you have here. And at the very top you can set a date, so you could definitely backdate information, but you can also pick a category. And one of the things I like a lot is the other custom category. So you can just literally type in any name you want. I'll just call this Cool Tech of Week as an example. So now let's save this and publish it. I could save it as a draft. I'm going to go ahead and publish that. And now just like that, you'll see my post. Let's go back to the website. Click on what's new. There's my post. It's just that easy to start to build that. And you'll see I've got my feedback system built in here. I've got my check it out. And when I click on that, it'll take me right to that particular post. I could insert videos. I could insert podcast feeds. I'm going to insert all sorts of stuff. So go out to techsmartboss.com and you can see a running list of all the new stuff that we're providing. I want to show you a couple more things before we get out of this video. In the settings, they've got a lot of customization you could do. You can actually set up a standalone page here and you can separately index that and make that available. What's useful for this, and I think they're going to bring us a custom domain soon. Right now it's under their URL, but let's go take a look at that. That's going to give me my feed on a fully indexable page if I want. And what's nice about this, if I were to click here, it'll take me to a specific post on that item that I could quickly put out to social media and share if I wanted to. Now, I wouldn't do that personally until you can get a custom domain on this, because you're losing a little bit of your branding when you do it this way through Beamer. But the fact is, they've got this page here that you can share. And if you don't like this page, you'll notice here I can, I can start to ignore that page as well. Also, you've got the ability to set up roles, invite your team depending on your plan, and bring in people who can add to your Beamer widget. You can customize the appearance of all the colors to blend in with your site. Should you want to. And if you're on that pro plan, I'm not on the pro plan, but if you're on that pro plan, then you can also do custom CSS and do a lot more there. And then they're going to give you some analytics on the free. It's basic, but you'll be able to see who's hitting the site, who's clicking on the links, and they'll actually give you an area where you can read that feedback that people are giving you on your posts as well. So a really complete solution. I'm just thrilled with this. I use it on my primary Yerby.com site. My customers have been very happy with it, and I would encourage you to implement something like this. Go listen to episode 75 of the podcast, and this is definitely something that you could fit into your TechSmart Boss toolkit there. So if you like videos like this, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video, leave us a comment, tell us what you think, and also go out to Facebook and you can find us on facebook.com/TechSmartBoss as well. Stay tuned for the next video. We'll talk to you soon.